Let's start. So the Gupta period. You know, after the breakup of the Mauryan Empire, Chandragupta Maurya was there, na, who was the head of the Mauryan Empire. After the breakup of your Mauryan Empire, what happened? Many small kingdoms emerged over the country. After Mauryan Empire, many small kingdoms emerged in the country. These kingdoms were the Shakas, the Pallavas, and the Kushanas. One of them was Kushanas. At the same time, I told you in the previous chapter, Kushanas, Satvahanas, okay, it became a very powerful kingdom in the Deccan at that time. It became a very powerful kingdom in the Deccan at that time. By the end of the 3rd century AD, both the empire came to an end. Your Mauryan Empire, your Satvahanas, Kushanas Empire, they came to an end in the 3rd century AD. Both the empire came to an end. And which empire established? Okay, which empire established? Your Gupta Empire established at that time. Fine. Okay, wait, beta, I'm giving you chance. After this now explanation, I'll give you one more chance. So just now I told you that after the breakup of your Mauryan Empire, okay, many small kingdoms established. Shakas Empire, Pallavas, Kushanas. So Kushanas were one of the most powerful empire at that time. King Kanishk was there. Satvahanas also established their empire, and this Kushana and Satvahanas, both the empires came to an end by the 3rd century. When the 3rd century was about to end, then these empires also ended. Then came your Gupta period. Then came your which period? Your Gupta period. So how we came to know about Gupta period? There are 2 sources by which we came to know about the Gupta period. One is your literary sources. Another one is your archaeological sources. One is your literary sources. Another one is your archaeological sources. Harman, stop touching the screen. So the Gupta period was rich in 2 sources. How we came to know about the Gupta period? We came to know about the Gupta period through literary sources and archaeological sources. What were the archaeological sources at that time? There is a pillar. Their inscription has been written in Allahabad. One pillar is there. In that pillar, inscription is being written about Gupta period, that is in Allahabad. Many temples, paintings tell us about the Gupta period. How we came to know about the Gupta period? Through literary sources, works of Kalidasa. Kalidas have mentioned Gupta period. Accounts of Fa Hin. Fa Hin was a Chinese traveler who came to India for visit. Okay, by account of Fa Hin and It Singh. From account means whatever Fa Hin and It Singh, when they visited India, whatever they have written in their diary, that is account of. Okay, so now the topic which we are going to start is your Chandragupta 1. Okay, Chandragupta 1. Chandragupta 1 from AD 320 to 335. His kingdom was revived in the northern side. Okay, he was given the throne in AD 320. Ascended means given the throne after the death of his father. You can write the meaning. Ascended means when a king dies, then throne is given to the son. That is ascended. So he was ascended the throne in 320 AD. Then he conquered Magda and made its capital Patliputra. He's saying like Chandragupta Maurya, he first conquered Magda and capital became Patliputra. From Patliputra, he want to expand his empire. Okay, so he married Kumara Devi. Earlier, na marriage alliances were there through which king used to what? They used to expand their kingdom. So he married Kumara Devi. He was princess of Lichavi, is a place name, and it was tribe of Vishali. Vishali tribe, Kumara Devi was there, and princess of Lichavi. Lichavi means name of a place. Yes, Patliputra means Patna. Nowadays it is called Patna. From Patliputra, he consolidated. Consolidated means joined with another kingdom over the eastern portion. Now he started conquering the eastern portion of the North India. This Chandragupta one. So Chandragupta first revived the north. He was ascended the throne in AD 320. Like Chandragupta Maurya only. Please listen one thing. Chandragupta Maurya was of Mauryan dynasty. This is Chandragupta I. He is of Gupta dynasty. So he conquered Magda, made capital Patliputra, married Kumara Devi. Kumara Devi was princess of Lichavi, a tribe of Vishali. Later on, he was given the title of Maharaj Adhiraja. Maharaj Adhiraja means king of king. Okay, it is king of kings. S will come here. King of kings. Okay. So when this from Patliputra, he want to consolidate. Consolidate means join together his kingdom towards the eastern portion of northern India. Now he want to conquer the eastern portion of the northern India. Lagan, it is not there. Beta, listen one thing. That only I'm telling you that Mauryan Empire was different and Gupta Empire is different. Chandragupta Maurya came in Mauryan Empire. This Chandragupta I, he is not Chandragupta Maurya. He is Chandragupta I. The name is same. He is Chandragupta I, but he is of Gupta dynasty. Okay. This person was given the title of Maharaj Adhiraja, means the king of kings. He revived Ashoka's principle. Okay, he used to follow the Ashoka principles of government, that how government should be governed. He followed all the principles of Ashoka. His son, underline, who was the son of Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I's son was Samudragupta. Underline, who was son of Chandragupta. Chandragupta I son was Samudragupta. He extended the kingdom into empire in the northern part and the western Deccan. Whatever his father conquered, he conquered over the northern place and the western Deccan part also. He extended the kingdom into an empire towards the north and the western Deccan. Samudragupta. Now, if I talk about Samudragupta, is from AD 335 to AD 380. Samudragupta from AD 335 to AD 380. The main source of information that tell us about Samudragupta was an inscription engraved on a pillar at Allahabad. Main source of information which tell us about Samudragupta, it is an inscription which is being engraved on the pillar at Allahabad. He was given the throne after the death of his father in AD 335. He was ascended the throne in AD 335 after death of his father. This inscription, which is being written on a pillar at Allahabad, this inscription is known as Prayag Prashasti. Underline. This inscription is known as Prayag Prashasti. Prashasti means praising of someone. So this inscription is also known as Prayag Prashasti. It was composed by Hari Sena. Who composed it? Hari Sena. Hari Sena was a court poet of Samudragupta. Hari Sena was a court poet of Samudragupta. Various conquests and small kingdoms existing at that time. At that time, in Prayag Prashasti, it is written that what places Samudragupta conquest he won, which small kingdoms were existing at that time. It was written in that Prayag Prashasti. Okay. They are saying the main source of information we tell us about Samudragupta is the inscription which is engraved on the pillar at Allahabad. This inscription is known as Prayag Prashasti. Prashasti means when you are praising of someone. Okay. It was composed by Harisena. Who was Harisena? Harisena was court poet of Samudragupta. Okay. This Prayag Prashasti tell us about various conquests, which battle was fought, how Samudragupta won that battle, about the small kingdoms which were existing at that time. This Prayag Prashasti tell us about that period. Now in your book, you can see one box is made that is telling us about the chronology, that when the Gupta period came, this time period I have written here, na, this AD 335 to AD 380 of Samudragupta.